My child, beloved, the one who is reading these words right now. In a quiet room, perhaps while the rest of the world sleeps, or while the chaos swirls around you so loudly that you have learned to disappear inside yourself just to breathe. Stop. Just for a moment, stop. You do not need to prepare your heart for what you are about to hear, because I have already prepared it. Before you clicked on this video, before you felt that quiet nudge in your spirit to press play, I was already here, waiting for you. Not in a distant, cosmic way, not as a force or an idea, but as a father, as the one who breathed the stars into existence and who counted every hair on your head before time began. I have written you a letter. It is not a metaphor. It is not a vague spiritual concept. I have written you a letter, and tucked inside the crease of the parchment, hidden within the very syllables of your name, there is a key. A key that unlocks the cage you have been living inside. A key that fits the exact lock of the door you have been pressing your forehead against for years. This letter is just for you. You have been running. You have been performing. You have been waking up before the sun, long before your soul has had a chance to catch up with your body. And you have been wearing a version of yourself that is not truly you. A mask that has become so tight, so fused to your skin, that you have forgotten where the mask ends and the bleeding begins. You have learned to smile at the right moment. You have learned to say the right things, to apologize for existing, to shrink yourself so that others might feel comfortable. And in the silence of the night, when the mask finally slips off onto the pillow beside you, you lie there staring at the ceiling, wondering why you feel so hollow, why you feel so far from me, why prayer feels like talking to a wall, and why worship feels like a My child, you are exhausted, not just in your body, but in your spirit. You are tired of the invisible warfare, the battle that nobody sees, the thoughts that attack you before you even open your eyes in the morning. The heaviness that sits on your chest like a stone. I know. I have watched. I have seen every single tear that you have hidden from the... I have heard the prayers that you could not speak out loud because you were afraid that even I had grown tired of listening. But listen to me now. Listen to the authority in this moment. I have not grown tired. I have not turned away. I have been leaning in closer than you could ever imagine. And this letter, this key, it is my voice cutting through the static of your anxiety. You do not need to fix yourself before you come to me. You do not need to clean up your heart, organize your pain, or silence your questions. Come messy. Come broken. Come with the anger and the doubt and the weariness. Because I am not looking for your perfection, I am looking for your presence, just your presence. Do you remember the garden, the very beginning, before shame entered the world? I walked with Adam and Eve in the cool of the day, not because they were impressive, but because they were mine. That is all I have ever wanted. Not your sacrifices, not your religious discipline, not your ability to hold everything together. I want you, the real you, the you that you hide from everyone, including yourself. There is a wound inside you that you have not yet named. You have carried it for so long that you think it is part of your bones. But it is not. It is a splinter, a shard of a lie that you believed about yourself. Perhaps someone told you that you were too much. Or perhaps someone told you that you were not enough. Perhaps you learned that love is conditional, that approval must be earned, that safety is something you have to manufacture through control. And so you built a fortress. You built walls so high that even I had to knock gently to be let in. But my child, you were never meant to live in a fortress. You were meant to live in a garden. Open, free, vulnerable, safe. Because I am your safety, not your performance, not your reputation, not your ability to manage the opinions of others. I am the one who keeps you. Look at the key in this letter. Hold it in your hands, even if only in your imagination. It is not a key made of cold metal. It is a key made of love. It is the shape of grace, and it fits the lock of the prison cell where you have been holding your own heart hostage. You have been punishing yourself for sins that I have already forgotten. You have been replaying failures that I have already erased. You have been living in the prison of what if and if only. But the door has always been unlocked from the outside. I am turning the key now. Do you hear it? The click of the lock giving way? That sound is freedom. That sound is permission. Permission to stop pretending. Permission to stop performing. Permission to simply be my child. You have been asking me for a sign, for a word, for a confirmation that you are on the right path. And you have been looking for thunder and lightning, for burning bushes and parting seas. But I am speaking to you in the quiet, in the pause between your breaths, in the way your heart beat faster when you read the word beloved. That is your sign. That is your confirmation. I have not abandoned you. I have been carrying you through every valley, through every sleepless night, through every moment when you thought you could not take one more step. You are still here. That is not an accident. That is my hand upon your life. But there is something deeper I need to tell you. Something urgent. Something that the enemy does not want you to hear. The exhaustion you feel is not just physical. It is spiritual warfare. There is a subtle, invisible battle being waged for your identity. Every morning, before you even sit up in bed, the accusations begin. You are not enough. You have failed again. You are falling behind. Everyone is disappointed in you. These whispers are not your thoughts. They are arrows, flaming arrows designed to wound your trust in my love. And you have been catching these arrows with your bare hands, believing they are your own inner critic. But they are not. The enemy knows that if he can make you doubt my love, he can make you ineffective. He knows that a child who feels unloved by their father will never walk in their true authority. So he attacks your identity at the root. He tells you that you are orphaned, that you are forgotten, that you are a disappointment. But I am telling you the truth. You are chosen, you are sealed, you are mine. Do you remember Joseph, thrown into a pit by his own brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, thrown into prison for years? He had every earthly reason to believe that I had forgotten him. The nights in that Egyptian dungeon were cold. The chains were, and the dreams he had as a boy, the dreams of greatness and purpose, they must have felt like cruel jokes. But I had not forgotten Joseph. I was working in the darkness. I was preparing him for a throne, not a prison. And in the fullness of time, in a single moment, I lifted him from the dungeon and set him over an empire. My child, the dungeon is not your destination. It is your preparation. The waiting is not a waste. The tears are not lost. I am weaving every single thread of your pain into a tapestry of glory that you cannot yet see. Hold on. Just hold on a little longer. The key is turning. The door is opening. You have been afraid to hope. I know. Hope has hurt you before. You have prayed for things that did not come. You have believed for miracles that did not manifest in your timing. And your heart has built a shell of self-protection, a hard, calcified layer that says, don't expect too much, and you won't be disappointed. But my child, that shell is not protecting you. It is suffocating you, because hope is not the thing that hurts you. False expectation is. But true hope, biblical hope, is the confident expectation that I am good, regardless of the outcome. True hope says, even if the marriage does not heal, you are still good. Even if the job does not come, you are still good. Even if the sickness remains, you are still good. That is the hope that cannot be shamed. That is the hope that keeps the soul anchored. I am not asking you to manufacture optimism. I am asking you to trust my character. I am asking you to believe that I love you, even when the circumstances scream the opposite. Let me tell you about Hagar, a slave, abused, cast out into the desert with a dying child. No water, no future. No, she sat down a bowshot away from her son because she could not bear to watch him die. And she wept. Not a polite religious tear, a gut-wrenching, soul-spilling cry of absolute desperation. And in that moment, in the barren wilderness, I opened her eyes. I showed her a well. Water that had been there the whole time, hidden in plain sight. My child, you were in a desert. You were looking at the sand and the dryness and the death. But I am telling you, the well is already here. The provision is already present. I am going to open your eyes. You have been walking past your miracle because your vision has been clouded by fear. Stop crying over the empty bottle. Look at what I have already placed in front of you. The key is not just for escape. The key is for sight. It unlocks the blindness that has kept you from seeing the resources, the relationships, the opportunities that I have already positioned around you. You are tired of the battle. The invisible warfare has drained you. You wake up exhausted. You go through your days in a fog. You feel distant from me, distant from your purpose, distant even from yourself. And you have been trying to fight your way back. You have been trying to pray harder, read more, worship louder, as if the volume of your effort could close the— But my child, you are fighting a battle that has already been won. The enemy is not trying to defeat you. He has already been defeated at the cross. His only remaining weapon is deception. He wants you to believe that you are still fighting for victory when you should be fighting from victory. You are not a soldier trying to win a war. You are a child sitting on the shoulders of a giant who has already conquered every enemy. Rest, just rest. Let me fight for you. Be still. And know in your knower, know in the depths of your spirit that I am God. I am not worried about your situation. I am not panicking about your future. I am working all things together for your good. Not some things, not the easy things, all things. The betrayal, the loss, the failure, the disappointment. All of it is being woven into a masterpiece. There is a pressure you are feeling, a weight that is not from me. It is the weight of comparison. You look to the left and you see someone who seems more blessed. You look to the right and you see someone who seems more spiritual. You look behind you and you see a trail of wasted years. And you feel insignificant, like you are perpetually behind. But I did not create you to run someone else's race. I created you to run yours. And your race has a different rhythm. Your lane has different obstacles. Your finish line has a different timing. When you compare your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20, you will always feel inadequate. Trust my authorship. I am writing a story that only you can live. The key I have given you is not a skeleton key that opens every door. It is a specific key, cut precisely for the door that I have placed in front of you. Stop trying to force doors that are not yours. Stop trying to fit into rooms where I have not invited you. The right door will open, not with struggle, not with striving, but with a quiet click of divine alignment. Reflect on that, my child. How many hours have you wasted trying to manipulate outcomes? How much peace have you sacrificed trying to control what only I can control? You have been rowing against the current, exhausting yourself, going nowhere. But I am asking you to drop the oars, to lift your sails, to let the wind of my spirit carry you. There is a rest that remains for the people of— not a rest of laziness, but a rest of trust. a rest that says, I have done all I can do. Now I trust you, Father, with the rest. You have done enough, you have worried enough, you have strived enough. It is time to enter the rest. The key in this letter unlocks the door to that rest. Walk through it. Lay down your burden at the threshold. You were never meant to carry it alone. I see the wounds that have not yet healed, the ones you cover with busyness, the ones you numb with entertainment, with food, with scrolling, with shopping. The addiction to distraction is a scream for relief from a soul that is hemorrhaging pain. You do not need another dopamine hit. You need my presence. You need to sit in the quiet and let me touch the places that hurt. It will be uncomfortable. The silence will feel loud. The stillness will feel like drowning. But I am a gentle healer. I do not rip the bandage off. I slowly, patiently, lovingly unwind the layers of trauma that have wrapped around your heart. Let me do my work. Do not run from the pain. Walk into it, holding my hand. Because on the other side of that pain is a freedom you have never. On the other side of the wound is a testimony that will heal others. You have been asking me to use you, to give you a purpose, to show you your calling. And I have been waiting for this moment, for you to stop trying to earn your worth and simply receive your identity. Ministry does not flow from effort. It flows from intimacy. The greatest prophets, the mightiest warriors, the most effective servants in my kingdom have not been the ones who worked the hardest. They have been the ones who loved me the most, who sat at my feet, who knew my voice. Mary chose the better part, and it was not taken from her. Martha was distracted by much serving. Do you see? Do you see the pattern? You have been Martha-ing your life, serving, striving, stressing, and I am calling you to sit at my feet like Mary, to let your service flow from a place of rest. When you know who you are, you do not have to prove what you can do. Your identity is not your activity. Your identity is your sonship. Daughtership. You are my child before you are anything else. Write this upon your heart. You are not a human doing. You are a human being. Being loved, being known, being held. Let that sink deep into your bones, past the religious programming, past the trauma, past the lies. Being loved, that is your core identity. Everything else, your career, your relationships, your ministry, your success, those are branches that grow from the root. And the root is secure. The root is unchanging. I love you with the same intensity today as I will love you 10,000 years from now. My love does not fluctuate based on your performance. It is not a faucet that I turn on when you are good and off when you stumble. My love is a river, a constant, unceasing, overwhelming flood. You cannot exhaust it. You cannot outsin it. You cannot wander far enough to escape it. It chases you down the alleys of your rebellion and into the valleys of your despair. Where can you go from my spirit? Where can you flee from my presence? If you ascend to heaven, I am there. If you make your bed in the depths, I am there. You are never outside the reach of my love. There is a lie that has attached itself to your soul like a parasite. It whispers that you have committed the unforgivable, that you have gone too far, that you are too broken, too stained, too sinful for even my grace to cover. That lie is from the pit of hell. There is only one unforgivable sin, and you have not committed it. The unforgivable sin is the final, complete, irrevocable rejection of my spirit unto death. And the very fact that you are worried about it proves that you have not committed it. Your heart is soft, your conscience is alive. You are mine. The blood of my Son covers every sin, every single one, the ones you remember, the ones you have forgotten, the ones that haunt your dreams, the ones that keep you awake at night. It is finished. The debt is paid. The ledger is clean. Stop trying to pay a debt that has already been satisfied. The key I have given you opens the prison door of condemnation. Walk out. You are free. But freedom can be frightening, can it not? After years in a cell, the open field can feel overwhelming. You have become accustomed to the chains. They have become familiar, even comfortable in a strange, painful way. And part of you is afraid of what you will become without them. Who are you without your guilt, without your shame, without your striving? That question is the threshold of your new. I am not just giving you a key, I am giving you a new identity. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not your trauma. You are not your darkest thought. You are my masterpiece, my workmanship. Created in Christ Jesus for good works that I prepared in advance for you to walk in. Not works of striving, works of love, works that flow naturally from a healed heart. You do not have to figure it all out today. You just have to step through the door, one step, one moment of trust. That is all I ask. Look at the story of Onesimus, a runaway slave, a thief, a failure. He ran from his master Philemon, and in his running, he ran straight into the Apostle Paul, and Paul led him to me. Onesimus, whose name means useful, had been useless, a burden, a disappointment. But in my kingdom, I took that runaway and I made him a brother. Paul wrote to Philemon and said, "Receive him not as a slave, but as a beloved brother." That is what I am doing to you. I am not receiving you based on your track record. I am receiving you based on my son's sacrifice. You are not a slave to fear anymore. You are not a slave to addiction. You are not a slave to the opinions of others. You are a beloved brother, a beloved sister, received, wanted, cherished. There is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. The key is turned. The door is open. Will you walk through? You have been living in a fog of spiritual confusion, not knowing which way to turn, not hearing my voice clearly, and that fog is not from me. It is the smoke of the enemy's lies. He has filled the atmosphere with confusion, with doubt, with the noise of 1,000 competing voices. But my sheep know my voice, and the voice of a stranger they will not follow. You have forgotten what my voice sounds like because you have been listening to too many other voices. The voice of the culture, the voice of social media, the voice of fear, the voice of your own harsh inner critic. It is time to silence. It is time to sit in the quiet until you can hear the still small voice again. That voice is not loud. It is not forceful. It is a whisper, a gentle nudging, an inexplicable peace about a decision, a scripture that rises to your mind at exactly the right moment. That is me. I am speaking. You have just forgotten how to listen. Let me teach you again. Come away with me to a quiet place. It does not have to be a mountain or a cathedral. It can be a chair in your living room, a bench in a park, a few minutes before anyone else wakes up. Close the door to the chaos. Shut out the notifications, the demands, the emergencies that feel urgent but are not important. And just be with me. Do not bring a list of requests. Do not bring a script for how I should answer. Just bring your presence, your weary, battered, beautiful presence, and I will meet you there, I promise. I am not a God who is far off. I am closer than your breath. The key is intimacy. The door is silence. Walk through it every day, not as a duty, as a homecoming. There is an urgency in my heart as I speak these words to you. A holy, because I see what is coming. Not to frighten you, but to prepare you. Shaking is coming. The things that can be shaken will be shaken. The systems you have trusted, the securities you have built, the idols you have hidden, they will all tremble. But you, my child, you will not be shaken if you are rooted in me. The key I have given you is an anchor. It is a root that goes down into the deep soil of my love, where the storms cannot reach. Do not build your house on the sand of human approval. Do not build your house on the sand of financial stability. Do not build your house on the sand of your own strength. Build your house on the rock. Build your house on the truth that you unconditionally, irrevocably, eternally, when the storms come, and they will come, you will stand, not because you are strong, but because the rock is strong. I have seen your secret tears, the ones you cry in the shower so no one will hear, the ones you wipe away quickly before you re-enter the world with a painted smile. I have collected every single one in my bottle. They are not wasted. They are not forgotten. They are precious to me. Your tears water the seeds of your future harvest. Every sorrow you have endured is a deposit of glory. The pain you cannot understand right now is the very thing that will give you a voice to comfort others. You are not broken. You are being broken open. Like a jar of clay, cracked so that the light inside can shine out. Do not despise the cracks. They are how the world will see me in you. The key is not for escaping the cracks. It is for accepting them as part of your beauty. Let me speak to the weariness in your bones. The exhaustion that sleep does not cure. That is not a medical condition. That is a spiritual depletion. You have been giving out what you have not been taking in. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And I am not asking you to. I am asking you to come to the well, to drink deeply, to be filled. My presence is not a transaction. It is an oasis. You do not have to perform to receive my living water. You just have to drink. Open your mouth. Ask, receive. Let my peace wash over you like a wave. Let my joy be your strength, even when you do not feel joyful. Joy is not a feeling. It is a person. And I am with you, right now, in this very moment. Feel the weight of my hand on your shoulder. Feel the warmth of my breath on your forehead. You are not alone. You have never been alone. There is a door that has been closed in your life. A door you have been pushing against, desperate to reopen. And I have been asking you to stop, to turn around. Because behind that closed door is not your future. It is your past. And you cannot live in the past. You cannot move forward while looking backward. Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt because she could not let go of what was burning behind her. Do not let that be you. I am doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. The new thing requires new eyes, new expectations, new trust. The key I have given you does not fit the lock of the old door. It fits the lock of the new door, the door of your destiny. Turn around, my child. Stop staring at the ashes. Look at the horizon. There is a promised land before you, flowing with milk and honey. But you will never enter it if you keep wandering in the wilderness of what could have been. I know about the betrayal, the knife in the back from someone you trusted, the friendship that soured, the marriage that crumbled, the business partner who stole. I know. And I am not telling you to pretend it did not hurt. It did hurt. It was wrong. It was evil. And I saw it all. Vengeance is mine. I will repay. You do not have to carry the weight of justice. You do not have to plot revenge. You do not have to spend your mental energy replaying the scenario, trying to understand why. Let it go. Not for their sake, for yours. The unforgiveness you are holding is not a prison for them. They have moved on. It is a prison for you. And I have given you the key to that prison too. Forgiveness, not because they deserve it, because you deserve freedom. Forgive them, not with your feelings, with your will. Make a decision, speak it out loud. I forgive them, and I will heal the wound. The key of forgiveness turns the lock of bitterness. Turn it, my child. Turn it today. You are carrying a secret shame. Something you have never told anyone. Something you believe would change the way I look at you if I knew. But I do know. I have always known. And I am still here. I am still speaking. I am still calling you beloved. There is no secret so dark that my light cannot overcome it. There is no pit so deep that my love is not deeper still. The Apostle Paul called himself the chief of sinners. He had hunted my people. He had approved of their murder. And I not only forgave him, I used him to write half of the New Testament. I am not defined by your past. I am defined by my grace. Bring your secret shame into the light. Whisper it to me right now. I am listening. And I am not shocked. I am not disgusted. I am not turning away. I am opening my arms wider. Come here. Let me hold you. It is okay. You are forgiven. You are clean. You are made new. The key I have placed in this letter is not just a metaphor. It is a spiritual reality. Every time you feel the weight of condemnation, hold the key. Every time the enemy whispers that you are disqualified, hold the key. Every time you feel too tired to pray, too empty to worship, too far gone to return, hold. It is the key of the knowledge of my love. And that knowledge is not intellectual, it is experiential. It is the deep, gut-level certainty that I am for you, not against you. That I am on your side, that I am working all things for your good, that I will never leave you, that I will never forsake you, that even if your father and mother forsake you, I will take you up. That is the key. That is the secret. That is the whole gospel boiled down to one sentence. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. Stop trying to earn what can only be received. Stop trying to achieve what has already been given. Rest. Just rest. Breathe. Let the tension in your shoulders release. Let the knot in your stomach loosen. You do not have to have it all figured out. You do not have to be strong today. I am strong enough for both of us. Lean on me. Let me carry you for a while. You have been carrying yourself for far too long. The key is surrender. Not surrender to circumstances, but surrender to my love. Trust that I know what I am doing. Trust that even when you cannot see the path, I am the path. Even when you cannot feel my presence, I am holding you. Faith is not about feelings. Faith is about the decision to trust my character regardless of your circumstances. Look at Daniel in the lion's den. He did not know that I would send an angel to shut the lions' mouths. He only knew that he was going to pray, regardless of the cost. And I met him in the den. I did not keep him out of the den. I was with him in the den. My child, you are in a den right now, a situation that is roaring at you, circumstances that could devour you. But I am with you. I am shutting the mouths of the lions, not removing the threat, but neutralizing it. Trust me in the den. Do not panic. Do not try to fight the lions yourself. Just rest in my presence. Let me handle the predators. Let me be your shield, your deliverer, your very great reward. There is a blessing coming that you cannot contain, a blessing that will overflow your current capacity. I am not just opening a door. I am expanding your tent. I am lengthening your cords and strengthening your stakes. Get ready for increase. Get ready for unexpected provision. Get ready for relationships that restore your soul. But do not let the blessing become your focus. Keep your eyes on me. The blesser, not the blessing. Because if you chase the blessing, you will lose me. But if you chase me, the blessing will chase you. Seek first my kingdom and my righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. That is the order. First intimacy, then influence, first the secret place, then the public platform. Do not reverse the order. It never works. You have been asking me to speak to you. I am speaking. You have been asking for a sign. This is your sign. Not thunder or lightning. Not a burning bush, but a quiet, persistent, unshakable knowing in your spirit that these words are for you. That I am real. that I am near, that I am good. Let that knowing grow. Water it with trust. Feed it with worship. Protect it from the skepticism of the world and the cynicism of your own wounded heart. The key I have given you is not for opening a door so you can escape the world. It is for opening a door so you can re-enter the world as a new creation. You are not meant to hide in a monastery. You are meant to be a city on a hill, a light in the darkness, a bridge for other wandering souls to find their way back to me. Go out, not in your own strength, but in mine. Go out and love people, not perfectly, just genuinely. Give a cup of cold water, speak a kind word, forgive an offense. That is the kingdom. That is the way. That is the key in action. I am not angry with you. I have never been angry with you. My anger burned against sin, against the systems of evil that crushed my children, but it has never burned against you. You have confused my discipline with my anger. My discipline is proof of my love. It is the hand of a father redirecting a child away from a cliff. It is not punishment, it is protection. I am not looking for reasons to reject you. I am looking for reasons to embrace you. And I have found the only reason I need, my Son. In him I am well pleased with you. In him you are holy and blameless above reproach. That is your standing. That is your identity. Not a sinner saved by grace, though that is true. A saint who sometimes sins. Your core identity is not the sin. Your core identity is the righteousness I have gifted. Put on that identity like a garment. Wear it proudly, not arrogantly. Confidently, you have nothing to prove and nothing to lose. The time is short, not in a fearful, apocalyptic way, in an urgent, loving way. The days are evil. The darkness is getting darker, but my light is getting brighter in you. You are a beacon. You do not have to shout, you just have to shine. And the way you shine is by resting in my love. A stressed, striving, anxious Christian is not a good advertisement for the kingdom. But a peaceful, trusting, joyful child of God? That is irresistible. That is the evangelism of the future, not arguments, not debates, not political posturing, just love, just peace, just joy, just rest. Let the world see that you have something they do not have. Let them see that you are not panicking, even though everything is falling apart. Let them see that you are not terrified, even though the future is uncertain. Let them see that you are loved, deeply loved, perfectly loved, and that this love casts out all fear. My child, I am going to ask you to do something difficult. I am going to ask you to stop striving for a whole day. Just one day. No to-do lists, no hustling, no performing. Just be with me, walk in nature, read a book, take a nap, laugh with a friend, cook a meal slowly, and refuse to feel guilty about it. That day will feel like rebellion, like you are wasting time. But you are not. You are learning to rest, and rest is the highest form of trust. It says, God, I believe you are in control, so I do not have to be. Try it. One day, see if I do not meet you in that rest. See if I do not fill your soul with a peace that passes understanding. See if you do not hear my voice more clearly than you have in years. You have been living in a state of low-grade, constant anxiety, a hum of fear in the background of your mind. Fear of the future, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. And that hum has become so normal that you do not even notice it anymore. But it is draining your life. It is stealing your sleep. It is robbing you of joy. I came